What's happening, my ninjas? It's your boy, my ninja. Dropping another video for you. In fact, this is going to be my first tip that I'm going to put out there for y'all. And I'm going to talk about a subject that's talked about amongst every server. It's probably one of the most worn out subjects, the most tiring subjects to talk about, and that's bubble management. So whether you come from a server that has a NAP or no attack policy in place, or you come from a server that's bubble and burn, I think these tips might do you some good, whether you are new to Evony or you are a veteran in Evony. Bubble management sometimes escapes us. So I figured I'd throw out there my tips for you guys to be safe out there, for you to have good growth. Because the number one way to ensure continuous growth in any server is to manage your bubble. Why? Because no one can attack a shielded player. Always have a stack of 3-day bubbles while you grow. So if you're still new, still working out your PvP, learning how to fight, bubble up until you do. Bruh, it's far less expensive to buy a 3-day bubble than it would be to buy 9 8-hour bubbles. So in this video, I'm going to show you the most efficient way to maintain a bubble. For those that are new, bubbles are truce agreements. Truce agreements are bubbles. Some people use truce agreements, others use the term bubble. Bubble up. So I'm going to give you 4 ways to acquire truce agreements /bubbles. I'm going to keep saying bubbles. Number 1, alliance points. You can purchase truce agreements or bubbles with alliance points. Number 2, gems. You can purchase bubbles using gems. Number 3, the Wheel of Fortune. You can acquire truce agreements or bubbles using the Wheel of Fortune. And number 4, which I'll go into much more grave detail, is patience. You can earn bubbles using patience weekly. So without further ado, let's go! So let's get into this, starting with alliance points. What are they? Well, they used to be a measurement tool to determine a ninja's worth to an alliance. But that's typically when a server is new and people are determining whether or not people are loyal or disloyal.
You disloyal, fool-ass made punk.
When the alliance gets a little bit older, people typically only use these alliance points to purchase the necessities out of the alliance shop. So the purpose in which I use it for, in most cases, I use it to buy 3-day bubbles instead of spending gems on it. And that's the first way. So how do you earn alliance points? Well, you earn them in a few different ways. You can attack common and boss monsters and event bosses as well, but hey, you don't get as many alliance points or alliance honors points attacking event bosses as you do boss monsters. So pick and choose your battles. But also alliance science. Completing the alliance science every 4 hours is beneficial to you and your alliance. You could placing daily in the daily monarch competitions will also give you some alliance points and alliance honors as rewards. Placing top 100 in server versus server on a bi-weekly basis is also a great way to earn alliance points and alliance honors. Hydra invasion, alliance score rewards, world boss ranking and placing also give you alliance points and alliance honors. These are all things you can do on a weekly and bi-weekly basis to earn alliance rewards that will give you enough points to purchase a 3-day bubble. Fun fact, if you were to try to use gems, which we're going to get into next, to purchase a 3-day truce agreement or a 3-day bubble, you can only buy 1 at a time using gems. But using alliance points in the alliance shop, you can purchase an unlimited amount of 3-day truce agreements or 3-day bubbles. So, bruh, stack up on those 3-day bubbles. No excuses. Stay bubbled, stay protected, keep growing. And I will say this, if you're in an active alliance, it's a whole lot easier to earn alliance points. However, if you're in a non-active alliance, you need to get out there, solo some bosses, kill some common monsters, just keep active, keep busy, and you can use those to buy 3-day bubbles from the Alliance shop. The next way to maintain a bubble and keep a bubble is to buy them with gems. And it costs 600 gems to buy an 8-hour bubble. It costs 1,000 gems to buy a 1-day bubble. And it costs 2,500 gems to buy a 3-day bubble. So let's do some arithmetic. Buying a day's worth of 8-hour bubbles is going to cost you 1,800 gems. Buying 9 of those to make up for 3 days is going to cost you 5,400 gems. You can buy a 3-day bubble for 2,500 gems. If you're buying 8-hour bubbles every day, well, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your resources, and you're running risks of getting zeroed in between all of that. So come on, if you can't do math, if this doesn't make sense to you, uninstall the game. Good luck in playing Farmville. The next way to get 3-day bubbles is to buy it with gems. It's probably the least efficient way because you need the gems for so many other elements of the game, but it is a way. How do you get gems? Well, you can get gems through a number of ways. You can get them through the Wheel of Fortune, Patrol, Gem Mines, daily Monarch events, daily 3-tier Monarch daily activities. You can get them through weekly achievements, bi-weekly achievements, and you get them as rewards for other events that they have that pop up bi-weekly or weekly for that matter. So when you get the gems, the best thing to do is use them wisely because that's probably the 3rd most toughest resource to get in the game. The next way to get bubbles is to use the Wheel of Fortune. You can use the Wheel of Fortune on a daily basis as it's part of your daily activities. But if you have an abundance of spins available for you, go ahead and use it to get your 24-hour bubble, get an 8-hour bubble, and every rare and so often you can get a 3-day bubble. By the way, if you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell and show your ninja some love. How do I get spin tokens? You can get spin tokens via the weekly events. You can get them on special event bosses. You can also get spin tokens using the relics mine. You can also get spin tokens killing Hydra during the Hydra event on a weekly basis. There's numerous ways. So I would suggest start building those up. If you're in active alliance, it helps out. If you're in not so active of alliance, well, the relics are a good way, a good place to acquire Wheel of Fortune tokens as well. And the last way, I'm gonna go over just in a little bit more depth for my ninjas who just don't really have the patience. If you use patience, it might be better for you. I would rather use patience and continue to get what I need to stay developing in the game than to not have patience, do something irrational and get zeroed and have to start all over again. You're going to be required to use patience either way you go. So I'm going to give you this last one. On a weekly and bi-weekly basis, there are events that you can acquire truce agreements. And just to name a few events that come around weekly, you've got King's Scheme event, Gather Troops event, Vikings, Hydra, Witches, and Evony keeps coming up with new ones fairly frequently. So you just have to be patient. Bubbles can be acquired by just waiting patiently week to week. Come on now. So when you got people saying, well, I have a busy life and I didn't have time and I didn't do that, uninstall the game. Don't complain. Don't get zeroed and then go into world chat and be crying and complaining about, oh, I got zeroed, and start cussing the people out because you look silly. There are ways to do it. So if you've watched this video, or you're an alliance leader that have encouraged people to watch this video who are perpetual bubble droppers and constant bubble droppers, and they're watching this video and they're still telling you that they can't acquire bubbles, or they don't have enough gems, or they can't get it and they can't do it, and they look, kick them out the alliance, put them in another alliance until they learn. If they get zeroed again, then they'll just keep rebuilding. They get zeroed again, they'll keep rebuilding until they learn. It's real simple. Tell these ninjas to go somewhere or learn how to bubble manage. It's that simple. Hey yo, before I finish this video, I wanted to get a quick SVS shout out to my ninjas over there at server 301 for a battle well fought. We fought them last server versus server, and they had some big boys and girls over there, so they had some really good opponents over there, gave us a run for our money, kept it really close almost throughout the whole weekend. and it was really good. So hey, we had a lot of fun, got to meet a lot of good and new people. Quick shout out to Chappie, Elwash, Purge, some good people that stayed in contact after the fight. So all love out there to my ninjas at Server 301. Congratulations, good job. No shade to anybody I didn't mention. These are just people I had an opportunity to interact with throughout the weekend. So much love to Server 301. As I digress, this brings this video to a close. I certainly appreciate all of those who showed mad love on my first video by hitting the like, the subscribe, and hitting that notification bell. I plan on bringing more videos. Your support will be very encouraging. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Leave them below. I want to hear back from you. But like I said, you are equipped with ninja tips. And if somebody comes to you saying anything, making up any excuses about not being able to bubble, I want you to look them square in the windows of his soul and say, Ninja, please go watch my ninja's video on bubble management and gone up out of here with that. So that being said, that's all I got for you regarding bubble management. Bubble up, keep growing, be easy, and I'm up.